Hello everyone, my name is Nikos and I've been selling on Amazon for the last 4 years, and throughout this process I've done different things throughout the business. Okay, over the last 2 years I've been able to convert the majority of my, let's say, stock portfolio to 90% being under my brand name, which is something that I'm very happy and I'm very proud of. But needless to say, there's opportunities, and when there's opportunities, I like making money. The whole thing about selling on Amazon is I simply like making money, so that's what it is. And yeah, so any opportunity that I can and get, I will be doing it. So yes, of course, I've converted 90% of, probably 95% of my stock being into my brand name. But if I find an opportunity of a Lego set, if I find an opportunity where I could use a website to get a discount and get an item delivered to my house and get 15 quid profit, I'll do so. Say for example here, okay, what we've got is we've got this Paco Rabanne Phantom. So we were able to buy it for 40 quid and 97 pence from a website called Cogita. By the way, if you put a code Nikos100 on a wholesaler called Cogita, you will also get 100 quid off the first order with them. So you could have potentially bought this and get your profit. So I sold it for 73 quid. If you're thinking, how the heck did you sell it for 73 quid? I'm using Profit Protector Pro in order to reprice and get a result like this. So I'm 10 quid over the buy box with that, and we were able to get a profit of £12 and 33 pence on this item. We had 2 of them, so nice and easy for us, simple money. Yeah, and again, all I had to do is use a website where we can get 100 quid off, like Cogita, and use Profit Protector Pro to reprice it, because the last thing you want to be doing is, when you're doing online and retail arbitrage, is to not have a repricer. Believe me, the best money you can do if you're doing online and retail arbitrage is spending money on a repricer. And the best one out there, as we know, is Profit Protector Pro. I've been using it for a very, very long time. To the point of, I'll just show you now a screenshot of, so this is my dashboard for Profit Protector Pro. We can see an all-time Profit Protector Pro, so 47k. And if you're thinking, well, oh, this cannot be a right number, so we've got 107 reprices. Even if it's 10% of that, yeah, even if it's 10% of that, if it's 4,000, it's paid itself, it's paid itself multiple times over, okay? So it's been amazing. Believe me, if you're in a rut with retail online arbitrage, one of the best things you can do for yourselves and your business is purchase a repricer. Again, I mentioned retail online arbitrage. The video here today is about wholesale. Now, obviously, I've already mentioned a website which I do wholesale with, and that's called Cogita, and you can get 100 quid off by putting code Nikos100. But it's just something that annoys me at the moment in time, is I see a lot of people doing courses, etc., on wholesale and how to get wholesale suppliers. Now, I have got no issue with wholesale courses that actually teach you how to read the data. Now, when it comes to wholesale, I don't think it is how to get a wholesaler should be something you should be paying for. Yeah, it shouldn't be the issue. What this should be teaching you is how to read the graphs, okay? How to realize what the demand is for this item. That's what a wholesale course should be doing. You need to know the graphs inside out. You need to understand how the more supply there is of something, of course, the price will just get dipping and dipping and dipping. It's so important for you to pay attention to the graphs and the data. Literally, that's what you need to be paying for if you're paying for a wholesale. If you're having any queries with anyone in regards to wholesale courses, one of the main modules, if not the main thing, should be how to read a graph. And if you're thinking, I've done a wholesale course and they've not taught me that, well, you've just wasted your money. Because I'll tell you this for free. If you want to go down the wholesale route, okay, from my understanding is you need to have a few different things, and you've got a few things that are going to help you. So one of the main things when it comes to it is you need to have a landline number. And you're thinking, why is that? Well, it just creates that more of a trust when you are ringing suppliers, yeah, or when the supplier is ringing you back. You can leave a landline number. It looks like you've got an establishment, yeah, for yourself. That's why it's so important, especially when you've got a virtual landline number. So you got one thing, you need a landline number. Second thing, you need a presence online. How is that presence online? Well, that is from having a website, also having a professional email. If I'm applying to suppliers with an email of nikosmarcos@gmail.com, well, that's not going to give any kind of sense of all right, this person's running a business. It's not that expensive, £6 to £10, and you can get your own personalized email, but it might just open a few doors for yourself. So what we mentioned already, okay, we've mentioned your telephone number, we've mentioned an online presence for yourself. Even better if you can have a presence where you've got an actual building. So if you've got, I'm not talking about a residential address. Some wholesalers will accept residential address, but the ideal scenario is you've got like an industrial unit place or a locker or something that you can put in order to use as an address, because then it looks a bit more believable that it's a wholesaler after all. Okay, what is a wholesaler after? Well, a wholesaler is after to be able to unload 1,000 or 2,000 worth of stock to you. They don't want somebody that's going to be buying one unit of an SKU. Yeah, so just to have something in mind, if you're going down that wholesaling route, you're not just buying 10 units at a time, you're buying more than that. So therefore, that's again going back to how I started and when I'm nagging you and saying a wholesale course that you're paying should be teaching you how to read a graph. So what have we mentioned? As again, mentioned telephone number, we mentioned online presence, we've mentioned ideally that you've got a website, ideally that you've got a website. It does help, yeah, it does help if you got a VAT number, because they're thinking, well, automatically any business that's got a VAT number means that they've got a revenue of over 90,000. So it's almost like a checkpoint. Another hoop that you might have to jump is to provide reference when opening a wholesale account, and you can use invoices from Cogita, Harrison's Direct, okay, NDA Toys. They will work, yeah, just after references. Tell you what, the main thing you need to be doing if you're thinking I want to get into wholesale is this. And if you're thinking, what is this gesture that he's doing, this elderly person in front of me? Well, believe it or not, this was a gesture back in the day we used to use for making a phone call. So yeah, that'd be it. From what I gathered, when it comes to wholesale, it's all about fostering a relationship with the wholesale supplier. So you need to pick up that phone. You're going to have people that are keyboard warriors and they're just thinking, I'm going to apply to 20, 30 wholesalers today via email. Well, you're going to reply to the email of the person that picked up the phone and actually spoke to you. So that is something that you need to keep in mind for yourself. If you're going to go down the wholesale route, you need to start fostering that relationship. Have a communication with the person and explain the situation and what's happening. Maybe you've not got a retail premises at the moment in time, but maybe when you speak to them over the phone, you can explain that I'm purchasing something month down the line. That will allow you to open an account. But if you just applied through email, you would have had to put your residential address, and maybe you just got automatically rejected before you even had the opportunity to speak to that person that is doing everything for you. I just wanted to make a video to save some money for some people, okay? Because at the moment in time, obviously I have a course and I do mentorships online, and part of the thing is that I get to speak to a lot of people. So I've got a free link below that people can book a discovery call myself, and I get to speak to people. And one of the main things that people come to me afterwards is like, all right, I paid for a wholesale course, it failed, so I thought let's try a private label. And the questions for me is like, why did that wholesale course? And I've had people saying to me, well, we just got chucked into a WhatsApp group and they told us to buy this, this and that, and they said to us, here's this wholesaler, see if you can get an account with him. For me, that is absolutely ridiculous, okay? And when it comes to any kind of mentoring, or it should be the case of like, teach somebody how to fish, yeah? Not just give him on a play. Teach somebody how to do something. That's what you want to be doing, really. And that's how I do my mentorship. That's how I do my course, really. I want somebody at the end of the course to be able to say, right, I can take this away and I know what to do. I've got full-time business. This is why, for me personally, I've said, I'm with you until you get 100,000 for your private label brand. And yeah, so there's no time limit on that, because I fully trust the support that I can give to people that are trusting me to build their businesses. Please, please, please do not fall for these scams that people are saying, buy my wholesale course or here's a wholesale supplier list. It's not enough. You don't need to. You don't need to. If I told you the steps that you needed, okay, you need a landline number, online presence, ideally you got a premise, you've got your email, and you've also ideally a VAT registered seller, then you can start hitting the phone and trying to get a wholesale account. And please, if you're going to spend any money, spend on somebody to teach you how to read a proper keeper graph. That's all you need, really, when it comes to wholesaling. Thanks so much for watching, and I'm hoping I made it clear how you, if you wanted, you could get a wholesale account. Yeah, you do not have to pay anyone to get a wholesale account with someone, but there is a few hoops that you've got to jump. If you don't want to jump through these hoops, you can go straight to Cogita and you can open an account, get 100 quid off, and simply start ordering straight away from wholesalers. But if you want to jump through the hoops and get direct wholesalers for groceries, let's say, for example, non-VAT category, then you might have to jump through these hoops. And if you're interested in the website that I mentioned, Cogita, I've got the video here of exactly how they work.